with Love Is Like Oxygen, it was a kind of fresh approach to where we were going as a band. There were things within the band that weren't absolutely 100%, and eventually, a year after Oxygen, Brian Connolly left the band, and it's a sad moment, but you know, it's one of those contributory factors as to probably why the album went the way that it went, with so many people all singing bits of lead vocal on there.
Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love gets you high.
The seed of the idea came from Trevor Griffin, who was our sound engineer. He was a pretty good pianist. I kept hearing bits when we were in the studio, or whenever there was a piano around, he would start fiddling, and I'd heard 2 or 3 bits of the song that I thought, or the ideas that he had, that might be able to be knitted together. So having done that, I sat with the cassette and worked out that could be a verse, that could be an intro. I'd already dug out some lyrics that I'd written two or 3 years earlier, which basically all I'd written down was, love is like oxygen, you get too much, you get too high, not enough, you're going to die. And I was determined that these were the lyrics that were going to fit this. And I have to say, Brian Connolly's lead vocal on the verses, because that's all he sings, he doesn't sing anything else, are, for what he was going through, are probably the most outstanding bits of vocal that I have actually heard him sing in years.
I've heard the pride always comes before a fall. There's a rumor going round the town that you don't want me around. I can't shake off my city blues. Everywhere I turn I lose.
The main guitar and amp setup was a little Vox Escort and a 335 that was used on Love Is Like Oxygen. By that time, I think I was even building what was known as the Corridor of Power, with Marshalls and everything inside that little cocoon. But with Oxygen, we knew we wanted something to be quite specific. And when you record with a big box and loud amplifiers, it takes up a lot of space in the recording spectrum, like a cymbal does. You hit a cymbal and all frequencies start ringing. So we wanted a guitar sound that would come through, and this is like an AC30, but quieter and punchier. So that's why we used that.
Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love gets you high.
Also, I don't remember using any other amp for any other part of it, but by that time I would have had my Pete Cornish board, which would have had a lot of different effects in there, like drivers and echo units. So any effects that you hear on Love Is Like Oxygen, apart from maybe the plate echoes on the guitars, would have been made by me. And it's still something that, I personally am immensely proud of. It ended up being kind of my project, you know, from start to finish. So, and it won awards, and not only did it get nominated for an Ivor, it won an ASCAB award in America. So thank you. One in each bathroom.